your June forecast. And, I don't really have a lot of really intense things to talk about. For the most part, this is going to be a highly benefic month. It's going to be a wonderful month. There's so much positive energy this month. There's so many things to look forward to. So let's get started. On June 2nd, we have a full moon in Sagittarius. Now, this is a good moon. This is going to be in your second house. So this is going to be about how you value yourself, how you value others, the tangible things you want. It could even mean the stuff that isn't tangible that you feel that you need to fulfill in your life. You're going to be evaluating all that. You're going to see what it takes to get those things. You're going to be thinking through all that stuff. Yes, this moon, this full moon will be in opposition with Neptune and Pisces. And so the Sun in Gemini, Mars in Gemini, and Mercury in Gemini are all going to be in opposition with Neptune at this time. So I think that if you're looking at something unrealistic, I think that if you have some sort of dreamy thought process at this time, I don't think that this is going to be, a highly beneficial full moon. But I think for the most part, you're such a realist in energy. I don't think that you're caught up in the whole, unrealistic Neptune and Pisces thing. I am concerned that the moon itself is going to be in opposition with Mars and with Mercury, which means that, if you really want to press forward, if you want to try to control a situation, if you're trying to have a conversation about first of all, I wouldn't do it because we're still in Mercury in retrograde until the 11th. And so you want to avoid any conversations. I think that could be where you may want to push forward with something, but I just don't feel that this is just the ideal time for that. I say wait until the end of the month. Then on June 5th, we have Mars in Gemini and Mercury in Gemini are both going to be sextiling Jupiter and Leo. Fantastic day. Fantastic day. This is going to be in your 8th and 10th house. So this could mean like a sudden opportunity that just comes out of nowhere and that honestly is just benefic. And the reason why I say sudden opportunity is because Uranus in Aries is also going to be sextiling Mars in Gemini energy. You have this wonderful month of progression moving forward. If you're caught in your past, if you want to hold on to things that used to be part of your life, if you want to try to manipulate and control those areas, I think for you, submitting to energy, giving in, letting sometimes others have control, letting others have input is very difficult sometimes for a Scorpio because, you feel like you have to be in control of everything for everything to be all right because you're protective. But also sometimes you have control issues. So, the 8th house is all about transformation in an area. It's about death, but it's about transformation. So it's about the death to an old process or identity or, for you, it could mean the death to, a job. Maybe you don't want that job anymore. Maybe that job needs, you're thinking about something bigger, better, and new. And that's why all this benefic energy is coming into everybody's lives to try to help them get to the level where they are getting ahead. Now, the 8th is going to be in your 8th house. Again, the Sun and Mars is in your 8th house. And the Sun in Gemini is going to be trining Jupiter and Leo. And Mars in Gemini is going to be trining Jupiter and Leo. Uranus in Aries energy and is going to be trining the Sun in Gemini and Mars in Gemini. Guys, this is just, there's just trines all over the place. Trining and sextiling all over the place. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful energy. When the energy is in a sextile, it means they work together to give us gifts. And so, these 3 days actually, well, there's quite a few days, but these 3 days in a row, these 3 days in a row that I'm going to talk about, the 5th, the 8th, and the 10th are all days just filled with sextiles. And so you're just going to find that everything you do, you don't really have to struggle to get through. It just falls into your lap. It works very, very harmoniously in your life. I mean, when you're trying to generate a positive result, this is the time to ignite that type of energy. It's a really, really wonderful benefic energy. Okay, so then on the 10th, we have the Sun in Gemini and Mars in Gemini, both sextiling Jupiter and Leo. And then you have Venus in Leo, sextiling Mercury in Gemini, and the Sun in Gemini sextiling Uranus in Aries. I've never seen so much positive fairy dust just sprinkled all over a chart, every day like it is. I mean, it's just such a beautiful, we're gonna have days that are just off, but when we have days like these that just balance off, off energy, it's like amazing compared to last month. I love reading it. I don't really have a lot to talk about because, to be quite frank with you, it's just such benefic energy the entire month. It's all about sudden opportunities and windfalls and innovative thinking and progression and and moving forward and love, and you're just strong in your core now, and you're playful, you're happy. It's summer here in the northern hemisphere, so we're ready to go out and have a good time and just not think so deeply about everything. On the 11th, we have Mercury goes direct. Yay, yet another really wonderful thing that happens this month. Okay, but you don't want to start anything until I would say the 13th. Just say the 13th to just keep everything, going in the right direction. That's when the planet's fully sped up and when it's back to normal. And that's if you want to make a big purchase because you're feeling so good and there's so much, maybe there's a lot of money coming in, or there's going to be more money coming in. So you're thinking about that. I would say wait until after the 13th. Then on the 14th, we have the Sun in Gemini is going to be sextiling Uranus in Aries, and Mars in Gemini is going to be sextiling Uranus in Aries. Now the 14th is going to be an amazing day. It is just full of nothing but, again, sextiles and beautiful trines, and so it's just so great to talk about all this energy because every part of us is happy. We're in love, or we want to be in love, and we're thinking good about it. Like, it's not something that we feel like we have to lose our personal power in order to have. It's through conversations with others, it's just going to start to go seamlessly. Now, I do want to talk about one thing that happens on the 14th, and that is Saturn goes from being in Sagittarius into Scorpio, and it's going to be in the first house. And so for you, this is a great time to think about just, okay, so back in October of like 2012, and then you're talking about through 2013 and 14, what happened in your past? I mean, have you put on a lot of weight? I mean, have you just stopped caring so much about yourself because there was just so much going on that you just never, I don't know, you're not into it right now? It's a great time to give yourself a new look, or to get out there, to mix, to mingle. You'll just be so much more attractive because of all this wonderful energy where it is. You also want to think about this during this day. Is like you've got to, or during this time frame when Saturn is in Scorpio, you want to think about how you see yourself, what you want to eventually generate, like your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. I mean, this is Saturn in Scorpio. So you understand this energy. You want to dive deep. You want to look at everything. You want to see how you can manifest the best you. You want to look back at the best times and compare yourself. I mean, I think that would be a really great idea. Then, of course, on the 21st of June, we have the summer solstice and the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. And if you guys are all a daddy out there, I just want to say Happy Father's Day. June 22nd, I think the energy starts to just take a little bit of a turn. Now, Jupiter in Leo and Venus in Leo are going to be trining Uranus and Aries. So it's a good day. I think it's good energy if you really don't want to get lazy and just really want to look at this energy for what it is. I mean, I definitely think that this is just progression. They work well together. It's highly benefic. It's sudden windfalls, sudden opportunities, and for you, that is going to be in your 10th house. So this could be a sudden job opportunity. This could be something that allows you to get at a different level and status than you normally could, or it could mean something that could lead to that. Like it could just mean that some venture that you've been doing, you could really see this actually going to turn out and be pay off. Now, on the 23rd is the big bad day of this month, and the moon in Scorpio is going to be squaring off with the sun in Cancer. And that means your moon, your emotions are going to be, because this is your moon, it's this energy is pretty intense. It's going to be going against the sun in Cancer. So this is just a highly emotional day. It's all this water energy in it. And it's just, you're going to have something that probably comes up from your past, because Saturn in Scorpio, remember it's retrograding in Scorpio now, is going to be quincunxing the sun in Cancer. So this has to do with a home and family matter. It has to do with, something to do with your core, how you see yourself. Your ego is going to be in question from something having to do with your past. And that's why I say maybe look back at October of 2012 or around there, November, December, in that area, and see what was going on and see how this applies to you, and this quincunx, work it on out and see how that all pertains to your life. Then on the 28th, we go back to some more harmonious energy. It is going to be in your 10th house. So this could just be a sudden opportunity that just comes your way and really increases your personal value, your, how you are going to progress in the world, what you're going to give back to others, what you're eventually going to do, in your life. And we're seeing a lot of progression. Last month was all about diving in and trudging through, and it's like, we were going into our past, but this month is all about moving forward, progression, excitement. It's about love. It's about building your core. It's about, yes, we're going to revisit our past, because, Saturn is in Scorpio and it's going to pull us back a little bit. I don't think it's going to be as heavy as like May was really pulling us back. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this horoscope, and I just want to tell you that this is just going to be a fabulous month. Enjoy the energy. I do daily energy readings and horoscopes, because I can get way more in depth into the information. But for now, you can either catch me on the daily horoscopes, or I will see you guys again next month.